And also recorded the album. So now they are all in one place with a neat, good sound and stuff, and we know like how long they are and all that. And also did the book of transcription. So now they are all on paper, okay, all 17 preludes. In a guitar tablature and a regular music notation. So no, there's no more excuses. I love to start a show by playing a couple of these preludes because it's like a spiral that unfolds, you know what I mean? So we start with the solo. The solo piece of Django is like the essence of Django. Everything you need to know about Django is contained within these because there's nothing around, you know what I mean? So you can see exactly the structure he has in his mind of harmony and stuff like that. So now, usually I play 3 of them. Tonight I'm going to play 2. Unfortunately, I got a cut on my finger just before coming here. So it's fine to play with the pick, but I cannot use my fingers. So tonight only 2 pieces instead of 3. The first one is called Improvisation 1. So don't be caught by the title Improvisation. It's called Improvisation because it's a jazz album, you know. It's composed. That piece is composed, you know. It's not like something, you didn't sit down and noodle something. You had a frame in mind, which is always the metaphysical problem of where is composition and where is improvisation. You know, where does one start when the other stops, you know? And everything revolves around a frame. So, anyway, I do philosophy later. Now, I'm going to play that piece, Improvisation 1. He recorded it in 1937 when he was 27 years old. That's not the song, huh? I'm tuning my guitar. Now is the song. Thank you. And the other one that I'm going to play before I call the band is called Echoes of Spain. So Echoes of Spain is not Spain, it's Echoes of Spain. Means it's echoing something from Spain. But it remains at heart a very impressionistic prelude, you know? To the point that even in the end there is a phrase that is exactly the same as a cello response in the first movement of the A minor trio of Ravel. So let me rewind here for a second. So Ravel, Maurice Ravel, the composer, he composed a piece called The Trio in A minor. You have only one, so you cannot miss it. Whatever you put, if you put trio, A minor or not A minor, there's only one. This is one of the most beautiful pieces of music ever written. Unbelievable. It haunts the soul. It's crazy. And in it, in the beginning, like around like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes in the piece, there is that cello response, and it's exactly the same phrase as Django is playing. Not that Django stole it, but they were like floating in the same musical water, you know? And the same phrase appears. So it's a completely different context, and also it doesn't seem like it. But in reality, it is the same phrase when you isolate from context, which is very funny. But give yourself like a favor. Go to YouTube. I live on YouTube, personally. I'm on YouTube all the time. There's everything in YouTube. It's unbelievable. So you go to YouTube, Ravel, A minor trio, and the best version is Walter Gieseking. So you put Gieseking. I don't know if you know him, the German pianist like from the 20s, 30s, 40s. Unbelievable version, the best. It's a live from 1947, okay? So, and if you want more detail in the end, come see me and I'll tell you everything again, no problem. But anyway, I just want to make this point because it's really like a very important piece in the history of music, and Walter Gieseking did such a great job with his fellows to play that. So, I'm going to play it now. It's called Echoes of Spain. Same thing, that's not the song. Again, Thank you. I'm now going to call the band. And we have Eric Alvar on bass. And Nick Anderson on drums. And Kiko on guitar. Django was born in 1910, and he became a professional musician at the age of 10. He was playing the dances every night in Paris, from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. And back then there was a new musical movement that was born called the musette. I thought my pig fell in my whiskey. I was getting bummed suddenly. So at that time, the people from Center France used to play a little bagpipe called a musette. And they used to own a lot of the restaurants in Paris. And after the restaurant would close their doors, they would go and jam with their traditional music on the bagpipe. But the Italians from North Italy started to go to Paris to find work after the First World War. And they brought with them the accordion, which was like a new instrument, you know. And they started to hang with these guys after the restaurants were closed to jam. And they were playing the musette music, but on the accordion. And the gypsies were like hanging around with the guitars and stuff, started to join the party. And that gave birth to this new musical movement called the musette. And the musette revolves largely around the art of the waltz. A lot of waltzes. Django Reinhardt started to compose waltzes when he was 12. And we don't know how many because he never recorded them, but he showed them to other people who recorded them. And that's how we have a few. So we're going to play a couple tonight for you. The first one is called Montagne Sainte-Geneviève. And that's one composition. This is his first known composition when he was 12. Thank you. The next one is also a composition that Django Reinhardt wrote when he was 12, and it's called Gin Gin. Also a very Parisian traditional musette waltz.